Erica Lorraine Spencer here, and this is the P.O.C, ongoing documentation of the people of the state of California. That is the vicarious actor, the vicarious aspect of the public entity. That is engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring. The state of California is operating a targeting system, and that targeting system is for purposes of what is criminal monitoring with communication devices. And this is the reason why the public entity, the state of California, is stalking, and it is engaged in group stalking as a group. The state engages in group stalking directly by planes, helicopters, police, fire, and ambulance, and the state engages in group stalking vicariously, and that is by the people of the state of California who are in any private in any private vehicle, private residence, or any public or commercial location or company vehicle, for example, at any place of business which is identified as a facilitating venue of a third party representing the people of the state, as defined under what shall be federal policy with regard to the prosecution of a public entity that is systematically monitoring anywhere that the target individual goes, whether it be a place of a business, the very private residence of the target individual, as you are literally walking outside as you are in traffic at any place and at all times, systematic monitoring. And so this is speaking to the people of the state in all of the methods engaged in to maintain what is group presence, and it is presence that is facilitating the public entity's ability to monitor with communication devices, irrespective of the identity or the method employed by the people of the state, in order to monitor with communication devices while all other elements remain present. And this is that which I have documented, and that is P.O.C. All right, I did document on February 18th, 2020, the Rialto Police Whole Recti, badge number 287, engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring at the Rancho Cucamonga Courthouse. This is the state acting directly and facilitating monitoring by the people of the state who are present, again, as, observers, the people in the gallery, those who are otherwise not a member of the bar or otherwise acting in the capacity of the government. The state is present, acting in concert with the people of the state and acting with the rest of the officers of the court in the venue of what is the Rancho Cucamonga Courthouse. This is on February 18th, where I was kidnapped by Lisa Rogan, participating in what was a fictitious prosecution. Case number MWV 200000640. Pursuant to the false allegations of criminal obstruction of justice. And she is also engaged in the criminal defamation and claiming that I need to be, or that she was going to have me taken into custody because I would not submit to commitment outside of custody, where I was arriving for a trial in what is a fictitious prosecution. And I've already published my documentation. If you're aware of this, this is just speaking to identifying what is the state acting directly via Cole Recti. But the context is, this is also the day Cole Recti is engaged in kidnapping. This is the state. This is identification of another actor monitoring me while I'm being defamed, while I'm being kidnapped, while I'm being monitored. And he is engaging in criminal facilitation of that at the Rancho Cucamonga Courthouse, in the courtroom of, or where I'm sitting outside in the hallway outside of the courtroom of Lisa Rogan. And this is before I go in, and I am summarily taken into custody. I am defamed, subject to slander and libel in a fictitious prosecution, and then kidnapped which is facilitated by Lisa Rogan, who was monitoring me in that courthouse. Okay, I have Ontario Police license 1503467, driving vehicle number 1853. UPS license plate, 78361E1. License plates YLWHYK. Omnitrans, and the employee driving the third-party Omnitrans vehicle, employee number 3272. This is Route 4 of Omnitrans. Omnitrans is a readily identifiable brand, and I'm identifying the specific actor, the employee identified by 3272 as seen on that bus where I was subject to monitoring on that moving venue, and the employee driving that bus was identified as 3272. And this is on February 17, 2020. Brinks, looks like a Brinks security vehicle. I've got the number 182401. So that is perhaps a vehicle number on a Brinks security vehicle. Alrighty. License plate 1234521. License plate, that's Omnitrans. This is license plate 1420239. That's Route 4. That's Omnitrans. And license plate 4KET128, 7BDS282, 8GYE822, 5XYL354, excuse me. So that's 5XYL354. This is license 1500522. This is vehicle number 451. And I have license 1535540. This is Omnitrans. I am at the San Bernardino Transit Center off of Rialto in San Bernardino. And they are systematically monitoring me while I'm at this transit center. I am noting how the state is flying over the transit center in helicopter, which is audible activity and relevant positioning of the state above me. And the Omnitrans, they use the buses as a means of audible activity in multiple fashions, and they are systematically creating light activity. I'm being monitored. And I did note license plates of the vehicles as I was subject to that. So this is 1535540, bus number 1351. I also noted 1177105 and 1420089, 1479380, 1535601. All right, I have license 1500428. And I have license 1420242. License 1404988. 1404990. All right, 7NYF766. Let me make sure. Yeah, I believe that is 7NYF766. 6RVP475. Okay. I have Ontario Police vehicle number 1813. And it looks like I don't have the whole license plate. So it looks like I noted it is substantially similar to 1413117. Vehicle number 1813, the license plate is substantially similar to 1413117. Okay. All right, we've got Omnitrans, and I'm noting the employee driving engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring. Employee number 3606. It is a Latino male operating the bus. Okay, I have license plate 8JIE848. And Ontario Police vehicle number 1753. 7MP2705. 4XYV262. like 6HTJ86, or let me try 6HT1J86, or substantially similar to that. Kind of difficult to read my handwriting. Okay, license 8NJV982, 7HFK842. This is a paper plate, AJ777. Oh, I'm sorry, correction. AJ, so the letter A as an apple, AJ77H78. So that's AJ77H78. That's a paper plate. 8NHU586. 8MZM568. SMP02. 5XHP952. 7MPD499. 7EUD958. 5JGB624. 7WJL137. 7ABW342. Ontario Police driver's license license plate 1431178. It's vehicle number 1812. It's a paper plate APL6820. This is license 8MFJ895. 6J, looks like 2F641. Yeah, 6J, I'm going to say 2F641, yeah. This is license FTG0457. 4VHL543. 5V1S545. No, that's not, I have more than one character here, so it's substantially similar to 5V1S545 or 5V15459. It's one of those. Okay, so I have a paper plate AK55R84. 8BQM851. This is 6HPE041. 21651B1. 6WGH604. 7CMX140. 6RVT648. 842ZGN, that's a Nevada plate. 7RXG625. K789VO. JABO, that's a license plate of Eric Corey Spencer. 8DUE922. 6KY899. 4DOG410. All right, this is documentation of Omnitrans, and specifically noting the employees as I documented them at that time. I have Omnitrans employee number 3505. And I have Omnitrans employee number 1579. Omnitrans employee number 2158. All right, I have license plate E204129. And this is the state acting directly. And this is at the public library in San Bernardino at 5th Street and F as in Frank. And as I was in San Bernardino, this is in October of 2019 after my vehicle was stolen by the police on the 2nd. I went to San Bernardino on October 3rd, 2019. I did go to court. I did file some additional court documents that day, and I also remained in San Bernardino. And as I remained in San Bernardino, the pattern of conduct, the way that the entity engaged in the pattern of conduct, understand the entity engaging in creating activity in the same ways that I have shown, for example, the Department of Water and Power in Los Angeles, maintaining presence and relevant position in the center of the street while they're creating audible activity, noise. They're creating light activity with their vehicles, blinking lights, hazard lights, flashing sign lights. This is monitoring conduct. While I'm remaining present in San Bernardino, again, I was literally sleeping outside under the where the Carousel Mall, which is a shut down mall. It's not open anymore in San Bernardino. And off of E Street. And where this location is, I'm literally sleeping outside of this area. And this is the area where the entity is engaging in P.O.C. of concentrating what is the creation of audible activity. In this abandoned area, you've got a whole, the mall is shut down, and the area around the Radisson Hotel where it used to be, this has been shut down for years. And it was very much neglected area, okay? And it is not a coincidence. This is the P.O.C. of surrounding with activity. As I remain in this area, as I walk through this area, the city is engaging in creating activity. And so the entity engages in paying very, very much close attention all of a sudden to the trees and to the grass and to the buildings, and where it was formerly abandoned, and none of this manicuring occurring. Understand, this was a means of keeping activity around me while I was in this area. I documented at this location where I was sleeping overnight at the Carousel Mall at this area. The state was flying directly over my head, and this is audible activity as I'm speaking to it. The state is flying over, literally, this is a street and a mall. The state is flying over in an airplane at low elevation, amplified audible activity. In the middle of this little mall plaza space where I'm sleeping overnight. And of course, the state is stalking by police, and they're stalking with sirens. They're repeatedly sounding sirens all night long. And during the day, as I am walking around, engaging in the same stalking presence, the state maintaining presence by police who are creating light activity, and the state is acting via the people who are using their vehicles, trimming the trees on this street, and using the leaf blowers, using their vehicles for light activity, creating all manner of noise. And I documented the license plates because this is P.O.C. and I just want you to understand the ways in which they're engaging in the elements. And this is the provision of a whole bunch of attention paid to this abandoned area where the mall's closed down, the hotel across the street where the Radisson used to be closed down, where this Harris's store used to be. It's all of this is closed down and abandoned, and it very much appears in that abandoned state. And I just want to speak to what is the behavioral pattern of paying much attention. They're out trimming the trees and creating all this noise using their vehicles of audible activity. Understand, they're paying attention to this area right here because this is where I slept and this is where I am remaining. And so they're remaining in this area and keeping activity ongoing. Understand that that's P.O.C. And let's say, for example, there is, which it's legally irrelevant. And this is just, I am speaking to and explaining what is very well familiarity with the stalking conduct of this entity and the ways in which they engage in malicious stalking. It's literally like a stalker that knows that you know that they are stalking you, but they also know that they are doing so in a manner that doesn't outwardly appear like they're stalking. So it's almost like the stalker's like, ah, ha, 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 I'm stalking you, but nobody knows that I'm stalking you. And I am familiar familiar with the the pathetic tactics that this entity engages in, and it is an obsessive stalker. And this is how the people of the state engage in maintaining presence, and this is how the state monitors by maintaining noise. Okay, and so you have what is the occupation of presence in my path by engaging in what is the creation of ongoing noise. They're not going to be wearing ninja outfits and carrying around big gigantic computers, with large amplified audible activity devices, looking like they're monitoring, looking like they're doing something technical. They're going to be all around you, appearing as though they're engaged in everyday ordinary conduct, while the entirety of the environment is speaking to what is monitoring. All right, while they are creating any kind of noise which facilitates that monitoring conduct, that is a system operated by the government. And this is also that which you have seen as I've documented as I go to different counties. For example, City of Ontario, heavily documented stalking via the the municipality using their vehicles to stalk the dumpster trucks, the access to the senior center, it being in the center of the streets, using their vehicles for light activity. They're literally stalking and being at the museum, creating audible activity, stalking in the at the dead end, both with the police and without the police present visually, because they're always monitoring together. It's just a matter of the state making itself visible versus it not being obviously visible. They remain in relevant position at all times. They are always stalking. Okay, the stalker is never giving up on that, and so. This is the same conduct in San Bernardino as I am present, as I document as of October 3rd. And so this abandoned area, this abandoned part of San Bernardino on E Street is getting all of this attention. And understand, it is the ongoing creation of audible activity. And this is while the state is stalking with its fake sun, while the state is flying over and stalking by aircraft and helicopter repeatedly, constantly, and stalking by police, as I've documented. And so these are the license plates of third parties as I document them. They're engaged in the behavioral pattern and the pattern of conduct of federal group stalking and monitoring, and it is nothing else but that, and it is occurring in the city of San Bernardino. License plate, as I stated, E204129, and this is this next plate is a federal government license plate that I documented at the public library as I was starting to explain, and this is at 5th and F. And one of the things that I was going to go into is an observation of how the state and these like construction workers, municipality, engage in digging up the concrete, digging up the ground, and putting things in the ground. It is serving purposes of monitoring. Do I know what they're putting down there? I do not know, but they engage in not only ongoing activity creation and light activity, maintenance in the path while they're present, group stalking, acting on behalf and facilitating monitoring with communication devices. They're also placing what are means of, and this is what I suspect, just on the grounds of this is occurring. This is a pattern. So as I'm arriving in San Bernardino, and I have been going to the library, this particular library, on more than one occasion, this is identified by the stalker that's following me and knows what I'm doing also. While I'm going to the library and using my computer, preparing documents and whatnot. This is a place that I frequent and understand that this government vehicle whose license plate I did write down, they're putting something in the ground. He's digging up the asphalt in the parking lot of the library, putting something in the ground. Now, understand, on the surface, the entity is always engaged in some quote unquote official record of what they are engaged in, why they're doing it. All right. But I want to be clear, the entity that is monitoring is engaged in that sort of conduct routinely, especially as I would walk from my car to Ontario Ovid Family Community Library, and the path that I would walk. And if I take a new path, because I walk so much, I would notice there are areas in the asphalt that have been dug up and covered up again. And it is not far-fetched that the entity is engaging in the placement of monitoring devices in the asphalt, like underneath where I'm walking. And I just want to be clear, because this is my observation as I'm documenting this third party. I mean, not, this is not a third party. This is the state. This is a government vehicle in the parking lot. And I just want to be clear what they were engaged in. They were digging up the asphalt in the parking lot. He's in relevant position, and this is monitoring. But I also want to speak to the additional activity that I had observed him engaged in, which I have engaged in before. Like a lot of this digging up the asphalt and digging up underneath the ground, especially where I walk a lot, to the library or to Starbucks. And that is a means of, that is very likely an effective means of monitoring, especially where the state is stalking and aware of the fact that I frequent this path for purposes of making sure that I am at all times monitored. Those would be something that a government engaging in this sort of system would likewise engage in. And so I'm just speaking to that because this is what this particular actor was doing. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that that's what they were doing, but I'm saying it is not far-fetched that it is directly related. I know his presence in the path is within the P.O.C. Now, with regard to what he is actually doing in the asphalt, that is the part that I do not know. I am positing the very likelihood that the state is putting things in the asphalt where along paths where I walk. And at this time, while I was remaining in San Bernardino, I was frequenting the San Bernardino library. And where all of the hallmarks are present, the stalking via sirens with activity, stalking by planes and helicopters, and the state's light source, okay? And what you have is the state in this parking lot digging up the asphalt, and that was just something that I noted in my notes because it's just something that I have encountered on more than one occasion, particularly where I tend to walk routinely to access a venue, such as where I'm going to sit for a prolonged period, such as, I mean, it could be anywhere, but particularly where I'm going every day to the library or to Starbucks to sit down, study, to write, use my computer, use my phones. Okay, so anyway, I want to just provide that additional context, but the license plate of this government vehicle that was digging up the asphalt in the parking lot of the Ontario Library, I'm sorry, of the San Bernardino Public Library, which again, he could have literally just been digging it up just to patch it back down again, just to be present, digging up just to lay down something that doesn't even need to be there. They're monitoring. That's not the question. I am merely positing, based on my experience of the entity, again, I just want to reiterate, the very likelihood that the entity is placing things in the ground in the paths where I frequent for purposes of monitoring. Okay, that is not far-fetched at all. Just want to put that out there. That's what I'm stating. This is license plate G630456, M as in Mary. And I did note that it is a U.S. government plate. And yeah, it was just noting what he was doing in the parking lot. Okay, license plate 1446038. This is City of San Bernardino vehicle. License plate 1149056. License plate E428495. License 1113854. License 8J08029. Landscape and irrigation. This is license 702393. Alrighty. I have Omnitrans, employee number 2650. Omnitrans, again, third party, license plate 1234519. And I have, that's bus number 1215, I believe. And this is noting Omnitrans engaged in the P.O.C. of harassment while they're monitoring me. And they pass me while I'm at the bus stop and do not open doors. They don't open the doors. That's what I put in parentheses. Didn't open doors. And then they stop and then proceed to pass me. Omnitrans engages in that very much so. And this is while I'm in the city of San Bernardino. This is hostility. Understand, I'm writing down employee numbers as I am on the bus. The entity that is monitoring me knows what I'm writing, and this is a demonstration of hostility by the entity that is acting vicariously. This is Omnitrans engaging in what is harassment while they're monitoring, demonstrating hostility to the fact that I am specifically documenting them, and I'm documenting employee numbers. Okay, this is relevant context with regard to what I document here. This is the license plate 1234519, number 1215, and this bus drives by while I'm at the bus stop and refuses to open the doors and continues past me. All right. It is customary for when you are at a bus stop, the bus driver stops at the stop and opens the door, or if you wave them down and tell them no thank you or whatever. This is Omnitrans and has engaged in this on numerous occasions, by the way, not even stopping, just driving by and or not opening their doors to let me on the bus. All right. While they are aware of the fact that I'm documenting them because they're monitoring. So that harassment is pursuant to ongoing knowledge that I'm documenting them, by the way. And whether they want to deny that knowledge or not, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's first of all, it's implausible where you're monitoring, and the fact that monitoring is ongoing is insurmountable. That's already established. They are monitoring. They are monitoring with the state, and they are aware of what I am documenting, and this is pursuant to that harassment, and that's a harassment on a federal level while you're monitoring on behalf of the state. This is employee Omnitrans again, employee number 2610. Let's see, Omnitrans employee number 1499. All right, license plate 4MLN400. Got another Omnitrans here, employee number 2610, employee number 2933, employee number 1579, employee number 3500. Looks like, let's see. Omnitrans, employee number 2942, employee number 2204, employee number 1587, employee number 2853, employee number 2610, employee number 3261, employee number 3641, employee number 3098, employee number 1579, employee number 3003, employee number 3231. This is all Omnitrans. Okay. All right. Omnitrans employee number 2888, employee number 3605, employee number 3616, employee number 3077, I have AMR ambulance, vehicle number 91997. And, all right, Omnitrans, employee number 3237, employee number 2204, employee number 2214. This is a police vehicle. It's an unmarked vehicle. License 1465789. This is Omnitrans again, third party. The people of the state acting via the company of Omnitrans. And I did note the employee numbers. Employee number 1499. Employee 3255. Employee 2610. Employee number, let's see, 3231. Employee number 3572. Employee number 3637. Employee number 2888. Employee number 3351. All right, license plate 06059U2. License plate 7KYP213. 7YBX251. 8FIB984. This is Omnitrans, employee number 2396, employee number 2204, employee number 2194, all right, I have the ambulance license plate 78898J2. And license 8DDL495. Omnitrans, employee number 2604, employee number 1866, employee number 3439, employee number 3416, employee number 3162, employee number 3439, employee number 3145. And again, these employee numbers are what they displayed on the bus screen. And they have engaged in withholding such information, and third parties are in no way above whatsoever putting up false information. This is merely my publishing that which they displayed on their own bus, right? While they're monitoring and aware of the fact that they're being documented. Okay, license 7SKZ969. License 8LTE685. All right, license 1445247. This is San Bernardino Police. This is at 7th and Mount Vernon in San Bernardino. This is at 12:46 p.m. on August 15, 2019, just to be specific. License plate 1370793. This is Highland Police, engaged in the P.O.C, license plate 1500466. And the second vehicle, license 1516361. This is Highland Police crossing path on baseline at 12:30 p.m. on October 16, 2019. And I also published video on October 16, 2019. Just to be clear, you can see the pattern of conduct as I published the playlist. This is state stalking in all manner. Federal group stalking and monitoring documented from Ontario to Fontana to San Bernardino. And this is P.O.C, as I was also writing down license plates. So this is my publishing on my podcast of additional documentation. And it is indubitably P.O.C. This is license plate 1505789. That is, yeah, that's a police vehicle, license plate 1505789. All right, I've got police vehicles 1875 and 1815. This is Ontario police vehicles. Okay, I have license plate 1999378. That's Omnitrans third-party license plate. Okay, Ontario Police, which I've already published a video of this actually, so it is in a way documented. I'll go ahead and read the license plate anyway. This is Ontario Police Group Stalking at Lemon and B Street. Sitting idle with the car running upon my exit of the library, and as I begin taping video of this group stalker in an Ontario police vehicle. This is nothing but a psychopath, a stalker, a sex offender in a police uniform, driving a police vehicle, in relevant position under the fake sun, license plate 1418949 on October 21st, 2019. All right, license plate 5NPX112, 8LBK595. This is 1379153. Let's see. I have license plate. It's fairly illegible. 6LK T558, substantially similar to that. This looks like a T in between the K and the 5. So it is 6LK T558. It's a black, I'm not even going to say that. It's a black vehicle. License plate 6LK T558, substantially similar to that. All right. I have, and it was documented on October 24th, 2019. Okay. License plate 7CVP046. Ontario Police vehicle number 1788. Ontario Police vehicle number 1850, license plate 1503460. This is November 10th, 2019, at Vine and G Street. Looks like this is at 625. And as I enter 7-Eleven while a plane is flying over, this is what I'm noting. That is P.O.C. I have police vehicle number 1819. This is Ontario Police present upon the criminal summoning of the Ontario Ovitt Family Community Library. And the third party engaged in P.O.C. at the library that day. I want to note her on this date, which was November 12, 2019. She's a pregnant Caucasian female going by the name of Abigail. Engaged in criminal harassment. She's monitoring me, and she is also engaged in criminal summoning. After a third-party group stalker takes my property from me and also batters me. He hits me. This is an African-American male who hits me, and Abigail comes out and does not address the fact that this black male hits me. She calls the police on me, stating that I am a problem, that I have been a problem, calls the police on me. This is, and also I want to be clear, this is called criminal summoning while you're monitoring. They are all third parties monitoring together. and that's harassment while you are monitoring. And this is based on hostility to documentation, as I am engaged in using my phone while I'm sitting at a table opposite this third party who was hostile to my documentation, while he's monitoring me on with his phone. Okay. State flying over the library, as I've already shown. We've have thoroughly documented Ontario Ovitt Family Community Library and what is going on there. While all of this is going on, they're engaged in criminal summoning of that entity. The police present, and engaging in monitoring via harassment, criminal facilitation by the third parties who quote unquote summoned them there. The police are always present, listening, all right? They're monitoring. This is documentation on November 12, 2019. Let's see. License 1418949, vehicle number 1785, Ontario Police. Engaged in P.O.C. at third-party facilitating venue Starbucks located at 706 West Holt Boulevard. License 30660N2. And I have Omnitrans employee number 3448. Employee number 3236. Let's see. I have, in case I didn't read this already, I believe I did on another page, but I might have noted it again here. Ontario police engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring while I'm on the bus, crossing path at Catawba and San Bernardino Avenue at 3:17 p.m. License plate 1505789. I might have read that one already. I just want to be clear. I do recite that. Let's see. 8LTE685. Omnitrans employee number 3541. All right, and this is documentation that I wrote, and this is just for purposes of my ongoing record keeping. This is that which is cataloged in journal number 8, and in what did I know this? Yeah, chiefly in journal number 8, and I have additional notebooks, but this one is part of the one that I specifically organized. Yeah, and this one begins as of August 2019, which I maintained through November of 2019, pretty much. Yeah. All right, and that is P.O.C.